Welcome back, critics of the internet, to Tales from Terra, the premier and only Terra Mahia podcast. And we're getting back in with, I think this is the fourth time I've said this, actual final session of this thing. I'm so bad at final sessions, truly.
Or you're really good at final
I think you're
sessions.
really good at them. This is
So they just last.
We're building.
Right, of course. Anyways, we're here. The detectives have entered the mansion, the castle. They went through a pretty shite dinner invitation, found a dead king, beat up some bastards, and now they're waiting as the princess herself, raised to godhood through nefarious and also TikTok-ish means, and is using this godhood to, let's say, smite Shin and his friends. But the battle is not just on the field; it's also in the digital airways, as Max is taking their role in the command center to try and figure out how to stop all of this before it gets just too much. And I think first we should start off by checking in with Max. You are entering into the command center.
Okay.
And this is the first time you guys have actually gone in here. You saw the room before. This is outside of where you had your fight with Lear, but you never actually were able to stop in and check it out.
Mm-hmm.
When you open the door, you find that it's unlocked currently. It seems as though someone was probably in here recently. And inside is unexpectedly what seems to be a living creature attached to a bunch of cords and cables that lead to a slew of monitors. This does not seem to be a traditional feature, but from what you can see, this looks like a meaty jellyfish that is being used as a organic processing unit for whatever camera things have been going on in the castle specifically.
Wow. Okay. So this thing, it appears this thing is like powering the systems here.
Actually, why don't you roll to see what you can decipher with whatever skill you deem necessary to actually understand how this functions with the security system.
I heard you should try to pee on it.
That's my thing.
Max takes off her overalls. No, wait,
you guys
she's
should
wearing
check
a
out
suit.
Stan C Saga. It's great. I pee on things as a character.
Roll an attack.
Okay, well, investigate makes sense, but tech use does make sense too, since this is all kind of wrapped up in the tech.
Yeah, I say if you want to do a tech use 100%, you can do that.
I really want to do a tech use.
Go for it.
So let's do it.
I'll always give different information for each option. So.
Okay. Tech use it is. Okay, yeah. 8, 14, 22.
All right. So the thing at the center, the living creature-ish creature. You are having a hard time sort of understanding it in its entirety. You're not exactly a biologist by any means, but you understand what it's attached to and sort of what it would be able to do, what you would be able to do if you were attached in its place. Because this thing seems to be attached to various parts of the mainframe, allowing it to affect things directly. And it seems to be sort of like a signal splitter. That any information that goes through the castle's security system, instead of going directly to the system that records everything and stores it and potentially even transmits it, first goes through it.
Okay.
And whatever it can do itself to that information is debatable, but you know that everything that happens in the building, everything that is seen by the cameras, this thing has access to first before it goes back into the system.
Interesting. How big is it?
About 2 bisons.
Okay.
Like the child or the animal?
The child. That's
sure.
a big room. 2 bisons.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay, well, wow, interesting. And there's all these like monitors showing different parts of the castle here.
Yeah, you have a view of every room in the castle, even parts of the castle that you're not actually able to access yourself. Like this is the main campus that you're in, but there are secondary campuses for all sorts of other things, and you can see everything from here.
Okay, first thing I want to make sure of is that there's no one else in the room besides me and this jelly.
Yeah, it's not a particularly large room. It is empty aside from you two.
Okay, I would like to shut the door and lock it tight.
Okay.
And then I guess looking at the monitors, do I see Shin? Can I see where Shin is, and can I see where the princess has landed?
Yes. So Shin and I suppose the posse are doing their superhero lineup, waiting for princess to arrive, and you with the cameras for the rest of the campus of the castle are able to see. Is that a Harry Potter branded beer?
You're damn right.
Nice.
No, it's just the koozie. Actually, it's not.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
But no. Anyways, with these cameras and access to the whole campus, you see that she has entered the area, but she is taking her time as she is slowly amassing an army of followers who are following her onto the premises. She is going slow enough so that everyone can follow along.
Okay, so they're coming in like a mob kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrifying. Okay, I would like to try to secure this this place to just make it harder for those masses of people to come in. So looking at the controls and the monitors, is there like a gate I can close to keep this place secure or prolong their inevitable entry, at least?
Of course. Excuse me. So there's a skill that you have called security. Mm-hmm. Whether you have points in it or not, I don't know. But it's there.
Yeah.
This is essentially for any security system, any lock, anything, and that encompasses that genre and brand. While tech use is something broad that you can use in a lot of situations, you could still use it here. If you roll security specifically, you'll have far more access to the systems, the defense systems of the castle, if you try to use that to hold them off. But it's up to you.
Yeah. Let's see. I would need, well, depending on what the check is, I'll try a security check here.
Okay.
I do not have any points in it, but we'll see what happens.
Maybe you got good logic. I think the odds are in your favor.
Right. Let's see. Oh, good. 14?
Oh, yeah. No, that's great.
Sweet.
So you see that it's not, you have access to the castle security systems, and it is not light on security. There are guns, there are turrets available to you. Cool. There's also certain systems that allow you to sort of like these entrapping foam that can come out from the structures throughout the passage, throughout the driveway, to try and trap cars.
Cool.
Might be able to use that to trap some of the people. They aren't quite in range of those just yet, but as they come in, you can start trying to essentially make attacks with your, I'm gonna say tech use skill.
Sweet.
Your,
hell yeah. Yeah.
And we will play it that way.
Okay. So turrets, entrapping foam. Are there like gates that I can open and close?
Yes, those you can do currently.
Cool.
And that's not a problem. Those close right up, and it is, a nuisance, but with the size of the mob, it's only slowing them down as they're breaking their way through. Okay.
Well, I do close the gate just to slow them down, and I say to Shin, I found the castle turrets. I also found some cool shit that I can do to slow them down if they get past the gate. How are you doing?
Well, I'm about to see if I can make a god notice me in the wrong sort of way. You do what you got to do. It sounds like you've got quite a good plan there going.
I'll keep eyes on you. I'm here for you.
That makes me feel better.
And Shin?
Yeah, Max.
Whatever happens, I just want to say it's been a pleasure working with you.
That's good. Same to you, Max. And just so you know, if the worst should happen out there for me today, let Bison look after you. He's good at that sort of thing.
I wouldn't have it any other way, man.
All right, sounds good.
You've got this.
Oh, right. So with that, while you're preparing the security system, let's move on down to Shin and the rest. Shin, you just had a chat with Bison. He said that he had an idea to help. He would be giving up something to that god Agor again, but something that he felt he didn't really need anymore. But you told him no. You told him you don't want his help right now. And it was for the best. He's a child. He shouldn't be involved in this. And he left. But whether you have time for that or not, that's up to you. But you are here with 4 of the strongest people in the city gearing up to fight a god. What the fuck is Shin doing?
Shin's probably keeping to himself for the most part. He's going to kind of see, Granny Kion gearing up, see it. He's definitely going to kind of see how worried do they look.
Granny moderately worried. Kion kind of worried.
Okay. Puts me a little bit more worried than Granny. I'm gonna say, all right, Kion, if I'm not mistaken, you probably hit the hardest out of all of us here.
I would assume it would be quite wild if anyone else could take down my record.
What can the rest of you do?
Granny looks at you and she's like, boy, I can summon the storms to murder my foes. Okay. Lightning. I like lightning and storms.
Nice. You and I should talk here in a moment. The rest of you?
Clary, she's she has transformed her gown into this living fire dress, and she makes a little fireball and just kind of passes it around. I'm gonna burn things alive,
Nice.
What I do.
Nice.
And her girlfriend, she also has turned her dress into a battle garb. It is a dress made of knives, no sleeves, tank top style.
All right.
And they just kind of appear out of nowhere. It's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and.
All right. That sounds like you, me, Kion are going to be kind of on the front line. Granny and Clary, you'll be kind of shooting from afar, I imagine. Granny, when we get going here, if you need to do any sort of electrical strikes, that sort of thing, rest assured it's not going to bother me at all. So don't hesitate. You can just lean in if I'm there.
She touches you right on your. Well, she can't even reach your shoulder. On your elbows, like I wouldn't have it any other way.
Good. I think maybe we, the way I see it, all of us are individual fucking powerhouses in our own right. As long as we all just kind of go in, play to our strengths, and look out for one another, then perhaps we get through this. What do you think?
You see Clary and Janice, they look at you like they're proud of you for considering that they know you the best out of, your friends, I suppose,
Mm-hmm.
the people in the streets. And they're just like, look at him just being a leader. Like, and they nod like, yeah, we've got this.
Perfect. How much time do we have before she lands?
You actually can sort of feel the mob stepping through. You can feel the ground shaking as this unified force is marching towards you. And Khan just gonna goes, I'm gonna guess not very long.
All right, well, meta-wise, just before she lands, I would like to try to activate Elemental Body before we go into, engagement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's perfectly fair. Yeah, you can definitely take a time to activate all your things. You are at an advantage here in that you can do whatever you want to set up for a minute or two before they start coming, especially with Max setting up the gates and trying to slow down the march. You have a moment. Is there something defensively that you'd like to try to do?
Defensively, I think one thing I'm thinking, or one thing, and I think if we have time, I'll just do this part in character. She's gonna look to want to hurt me. She and I've got something of a relationship, but I also understand that she's going to recognize you, Kion, as kind of the main threat here. But Janice, and Clary, and Granny possibly, that does open up the door for perhaps a surprise attack from the two of you, maybe three of you. If we can kind of create an opening, and you two come in and see if you can't maybe get one on her when she's not looking.
If you give me just a moment, I'll light her ass up.
All right.
Don't you worry about that.
All right, Kion, then maybe you and I will take care of making a moment.
I'll make a whole event out of this one.
All right, that sounds great. Then as far as the battlefield, right, it's like a courtyard.
Yes. It's essentially just imagine the Beauty and the Beast style courtyard, hedge maze off to the side, but just this large open field with statues here and there for decoration, but nothing that seems too insane. There is a concrete pathway or not concrete, but a brick pathway.
Yeah.
Something decorative. Along this path is where the statues are peppered, which are actually the turrets that Max has access to.
Nice. Is there like a fountain or anything?
Yes, there is.
Right.
Just outside the opening.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say, Kion, let's see if we can't give this goddess a bath. All right, Granny, you take that moment and you just light her the fuck up.
Okay,
see if we can
that sounds like a plan.
See if we can amplify your power somehow. I think the more unpredictable we can be to get those hard hits in, the better our chances are. And then I think I'm just going to make a quick message over to Max as well. I'm going to say, Max, correct me if I'm pretty sure I'm remembering this right, but she's making her powers based off of being a god, right? She's having people worship her and believe in her, and she's using that belief to drive her powers. I don't know if it's possible, but if you could maybe get on the Cole app or something, maybe put something out there, make people stop believing in her.
Absolutely. I'm already on it, in fact.
Perfect. I mean, I'm sure they've got, if you're in their system, I'm sure maybe they've got some embarrassing videos, or maybe even send, and I'll turn to Granny and Kion and say, maybe we can even get her talking, maybe get her to confess a little bit.
Yep, that's an option. I also,
I can try to do that part.
Yeah. Where is Howard Crow at this point?
HC.
Howard. Yeah, the other guests, they are at this point sort of cowering in the farthest back room available, which is, I believe, the room that the king was murdered in, the dining hall. Knowing more or less what's happening, they have some idea. They're just like, no, we are humans. Like, basically, we are normal people. There's no way in hell.
Regulars. Yeah. Well, one thing I'd like to do is send Minnie to them, if there's a way for Minnie to get in there, and have Minnie be my voice for a moment so that I can speak with Howard.
You see Howard, he's with his wife and some of the other guests. They are all clearly very terrified, and Howard seems to be doing a good job trying to calm everyone down, reminding everyone that yes, things seem a little intense and a little crazy, and there's a dead body on the other side of the hall.
Not just any dead body.
But Kion is on their side, one of the strongest people in the world. If anyone's going to keep them safe, he will. Obviously, he doesn't really know Kion very well, but hey, it's giving the people some confidence.
Good,
Nice.
Good. That's perfect. I would like to pop in through Minnie's voice, through Minnie's speaker box, and basically talk to Howard for a moment. Is that possible?
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay.
Ollie, while she's doing that, can I also just look around, see if there's any weapons or something I can find? Guards.
Roll an awareness or an investigation, and we'll come back to you in a moment.
Perfect.
So, what are you saying?
Okay. Hello, Mr. Crow, can you hear me? It's Max here.
He jumps like a cat as Bird starts to talk to him. He's like, holy sh! Yes, Max?
Hey, yes, is everyone okay down there?
Nerves aside, yes, everyone is physically fine.
Okay, good. Stay where you are. I've got a big favor to ask you. If you're up for it. All right. Well, I know you have a lot of clout on the media and on the Cole app, and I can't think of a better person than you to tell the truth of this story that is happening right now. People need to know that the princess is not who they think she is. The more people that you can convince of that, the better off we're going to be. She's drawing power from her following, so we need to disrupt that. Is this something you can help me with?
I can try. My influence might not be as great as you'd hope, but I'll do it. What do you need me to do? What exactly do you need me to do?
Amazing. Perfect. Listen, you're going to be better at this than you think you are, okay? You're a natural. You've done this many times. You just need to tell the truth, right? I need you to get on your phone, go live. I need you to start telling people what is happening tonight in this castle. I need you to tell them that that the queen has been essentially kidnapped. And I need you to tell them that the king is dead. I need you to tell them that Sia is attempting to steal power rather than earn it. Video if you can. Don't be afraid to show people images. That'll, that's the truth. Or that. Feel free to cry. People love that.
If you can get a little girl covered in grime and ash, get her in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll take this task on for sure.
Amazing.
Now, I'm gonna need something from you though. Can you roll for me in negotiation? There isn't like I said, he'll do it because in this situation he'll do whatever he has to do. But the negotiation is more or less to get into his mind the effect that he can have. So like depending on how well this goes, he'll get himself into more danger and get better images than if not.
Okay, gotcha. All right, here we go. Negotiate. That'll be 11.
Yeah, that's not bad. You see a bit of resolution in his eye, and I'm on it. I'll make sure that they see her for what she is.
Perfect. You can do this. I know you can. And I'll try to boost your signal too and get you trending once you're live.
Yeah, I'm like 20 years older than you. I don't actually know what you're talking about.
It's all right. Just, we got this. Together, we're going to make it happen.
And he grabs his phone and he gets out there. He's trying to find a way to get a view of what's going on without really being right up in there, but he's there. He goes through the castle, showing off the state that it's in. Not exactly showing the king's body, but getting enough that people get the message. It doesn't seem like it's taking off right away.
What about
there's
the
a lot of people.
The queen should be with him too.
Yeah, she is with she's with the group who are hiding. She's a little out of it, but she's there, and he tells everyone she seems to have been held here by the princess, blah blah blah. And he's making his way until he eventually gets to the core group who are preparing to fight, and lays out that these are the people defending. And good shit. So Shin, you rolled an investigation?
14 awareness to look for weapons.
All right. So you, with your awareness, you recall that there was a display throughout in the area when you were walking around in the halls, and the display was of the previous rulers of this particular city, and they had these statues to them, and one of the things there was a book, a book of the history of this place. And
I was looking over it while I was like trying to be incognito for a second. I think I remember that.
That isn't exactly a weapon, but your assistant, not the murder bot and not your brother, the other
Peterson?
one whose name I never recalls that in that book you may not have access to it, but there is likely some very powerful magics available in that book if you can give it to the right person.
All right. I'm just gonna definitely, Granny. I'm gonna punch this thing open, the glass. Not being too subtle about it, I'm just gonna try to give it a good old.
It breaks wide open, and it's almost as if they weren't expecting anyone to actually have access to this place.
To just I mean, why would you? So I'm gonna grab it, close it up. I'll dust off some of the glass, bring it over to Granny, and say, "Here, I figured you might be interested in a little bit of light reading before we actually got started." I'm gonna hand her the book.
She's looking through. She's like, "Oh boy, I'll figure it out. I'll figure something out here." And as you can see over her shoulder, this is some absolute ancient shit in this book.
Nice. Almost. Kion looks at that like, "Oh, I think I remember when that was written."
He's helping her sort of decipher some of the
Is that the new edition?
some of the archaic dialects of inside the book and everything. But there's not much time. In fact, let's roll engagement and see where things go. Here we go.
As she's kind of coming in, I'm going to pop electric body, my elemental body.
Yeah, perfect.
Gonna do that because that one doesn't have a time limit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that. So I take 2d8.
It will in the next version.
It will in the next version. That makes sense. All right, 2d8 damage for my body. How much do I hurt myself? 6 electric damage. And remind me, HP first.
Nope,
right?
VP first.
VP first. Damn it.
VP is your hero energy. A little bit of extra. Right.
My mana right now is actually... I found my updated sheet. My mana is actually low at the moment. It is 0. I don't have my 8 mana.
I rolled a 13 for engagement.
Oh, shit, engagement, that's right. Where the fuck's my D10? Ollie, where'd you put my D10?
Wait, shit. I've been rolling a D8 just for this session, not overall, but yeah. Okay, my bad.
You're good.
I'll keep the 13.
Okay.
That's my fault.
It's 9, 0. All right, sorry. Okay. Engagement for Shin. Let's see, I get a plus on engagement because of my arachnid thing. Still not great, though. Still really not great. Let's see, that's 12 for engagement.
Okay. What's your agility?
For Shin?
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
He's a fast boy.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
And then I'm gonna, as she's kind of landing, right? Shin's crackling with electricity, and just kind of before like combat really gets going, he's gonna have his cheesy one-liner, which is, "All right, princess. Well, I think I've cracked the case. And next is your skull."
She turns around. She turns her back to you for a moment, and she calls out to the people following her, literally. Mm-hmm. And some of them you can tell are, they have their cameras out. She's like, "Do you see these people? These are terrorists. They have taken my home, and they're threatening me."
Perfect.
And Max, you have a special perspective. You are able to see out into like the actual field with your regular eyes, but you also have access to the video.
Special eyes. Sorry.
With your special eyes, indeed. And you're noticing that there is a difference. The scene outside is one of a mob encroaching on a handful of capable people, trying to hold them off. The images on the screens, the images that the people are seeing out in the world, are of people standing in front of a partially destroyed castle. A castle that was destroyed as they came in.
Okay.
There are, in these images, guards throughout the area, injured or killed, presumably, again, by Shin and his compatriots.
I see that, and I immediately look suspiciously at this jellyfish.
The jellyfish looks back.
It doesn't so much look as instead it just kind of
jiggles
and pulsates in places as parts of it bulge and shake as it seems as though data is coming in and out.
Oh, you sassy techno jelly, you. I'm gonna get you.
But first person to go is actually going to be Kion, of course.
Kion.
Okay. And I think he's just going to spend an action sort of charging up a punch. It's very My Hero Academia-esque, just a big wind-up as he's preparing a powerful attack for the next round upon assumption that someone attacks. And next up is the mob, actually.
The mob.
Da mob.
So, a small horde of people start to ascend upon you, and they are clearly not trained individuals. You see a lot of just regular people who are being rallied to save their country from terrorists by a princess that they see as a goddess who's there as their savior. They have sort of a similar zealotry to the people you faced in the past, the people who talked about the serial killer back before you knew who it was as their savior. And they're coming. And Shin, you are the one that they seem most interested in getting.
All right.
So they're going to make a couple attacks against you as they charge in and strike.
Okay, sounds good. I have a +4 to dodge at the moment as well.
All right. So that's 2 8s and a 1 on the die. So 2 hits. Do you want to try and dodge one?
How many hits does it look like I could potentially be taking this turn?
It'll just be...
Yeah. Does Sia look like she's gonna attack me, or is she kind of just like being all godly for the moment?
She, as she came in, she landed for a moment and kind of riled everyone up, and immediately has started to kind of levitate again. While you matter to her, she wants to kill you. She has an army to kill you. She is looking at Kion, knowing that he could genuinely kill a god.
Okay, I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to use my reaction to dodge one. Might as well.
Sounds good.
All right, so +4. So what am I rolling again?
You're rolling a d10, adding it to your agility number.
And I'm adding
dodges.
those 4 dodge dices.
4 dodge dices?
Yeah. 3 from
Right.
elemental body and 1 from my cybernetic enhancements.
Jinkies. This is what happens when someone who doesn't play games mechanically writes
That is,
numbers.
dude, this roll is fucking fire though. That's a 10 on the roll, 10 on the dice, 2 4s plus 2 2s. So let's see, that's 8 plus 10 plus 12 plus 22 plus 6 for 28 for dodge.
Damn, that's incredible. You move around this mob of people more gracefully than Shin has ever moved.
Oh, he's in like boxer stance, like he's like, Roy Jones slipping punches and shit.
You move with a swiftness that leaves the mob itself confused as they, for moments, think they hit you and miss.
They are confused.
But someone does get one lucky hit in on you.
Yeah.
So let's see what I do.
What'd he do?
It's just 6 damage to you.
Okay. I'm going to take that 6 damage and I'm going to convert all 6 of it into MP.
Sounds like a plan.
And bring my MP back up to 6. And I'm also going, because of my elemental body, he takes 4 electric damage. The mob guy does when he hits me.
Okay. All right. That's it for the mob. More of them will be amassing over time, but right now just this smaller group has arrived. Max, it's actually your turn.
Is it now? Okay. All right. First thing I would like to do is try to get Howard's live feed trending.
Yeah. So we can go ahead and say that here's the thing. I want to make you roll, but you're gonna roll a tech use and you're gonna get 1,000.
Yeah.
So how about this? Explain to me what trickery you would try to do, and we'll see how that plays out. We'll work it out more narratively.
I will say
the dice are in your favor.
Sure, they are. I will say I go into the back end of the Cole app, assuming he's using the Cole app for this live storytelling, and just do sort of what I did before, where like I'm programming these bots to like and comment and just like dig into the algorithm that's already there.
Yeah, no, that sounds pretty good. Let's do a little roll off then, because right now there is essentially two feeds that are fighting for supremacy here. There is the live stream of the fight from Sia's perspective and the live stream of the fight from your perspective. So
if that's the case, would you allow me to take an action before I do this? So I have my two actions. This would be one of them. My other action, I want to shoot the jelly.
You can shoot the jelly. Yeah. Yeah, you can just fucking shoot the jelly.
Yeah, I want to shoot the jelly then before I do this, assuming that that's somehow related. I think fire probably will work best, so I'm going to use my light blaster for this.
Fire jelly.
Yeah.
Literally, you guys, I just Googled how to kill a jellyfish, and someone said that fire works. So this is real life.
They say fire
knowledge.
for everything, though.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is an arms combat. So one of these, and we'll use +5 here. Balls. It's really bad. It's an 8. But it's just a jelly in a room, right?
Yeah, just jelly in a room. So here's what happens. You do hit it. You are point blank. You shoot it in the head. And this thing starts to bubble and jiggle and squirm in the most uncomfortable ways. And the feed itself, the screens, they go wild. The images no longer are just, the bit of chaos outside. They jump back and forth between sometimes the truth, sometimes a unbelievable fantasy version of what's happening. There are just wanton destruction and death on a scale that is not possible. And then back to the scenes that are intended, that they want everyone to see, back to the truth, and it's going back and forth between all these images.
It takes 5 fire damage, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
People's confused.
Yes. That is going to give
2022 all over again.
that will give you an advantage on this roll off to see who
Rule. Okay.
whose feet is getting more.
Hold on. I don't know if I have enough D4s for this. Because I also have a computer hacking life skill.
Right.
So I need... Okay, I'm going to have to re-roll 2 D4s. It's a total of 5 advantages on this roll.
I love hearing. I don't know if I have enough. I don't know if I have enough dice for this.
God, I did roll a 1 on the D10, but I have 3 4s here, and that's 12, 13 plus 8 is 21 plus. Oh my God, 2 more 4s plus 8 is 29.
Well, I had a reasonable and impressive 19. But
That's cute. That's real cute.
That is unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. So yeah, your stream is definitely taking center stage at the moment. There's a lot of people in the comments saying this is fake news, but it's also this overwhelming support from people in the Grove. You see that your sister is commenting constantly on these things, trying to get people to pay attention. There are people from your neighborhood that you know that are trying to bring notice to this as well.
Amazing.
Like, you know that this is making its way out, not just because of your work here, but because of your work every day. And yeah, I'm gonna say with that, Sia's gonna have disadvantage on anything she does until the next round.
Yeah. Come at me, Sia.
Princess.
I see you.
So yeah, there's actually gonna be her turn now.
Excellent.
Unless you want to do anything else.
I guess I'll take a minor action here. I can do a mental skill check on that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I would like to just kind of get an idea of how much more it would take to kill this jelly or disconnect this jelly from what it's doing.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think you're ready.
Investigate.
Why don't you do a medicine?
Medicine.
I'm trying to see the health of this thing.
Sure. That'll be a 13.
Yeah. You can tell that this thing has maybe a total of 15 HP left.
Nice.
And with that medicine check, you are actually noticing something else too.
Okay.
This thing is very jellyfish adjacent, but it is like the membrane of a jellyfish formed into the shape of a brain, with various tentacles and whatnot. And you notice that some of the cables, the areas that they're connected to, you can see, the memories of one biology class that you had to take in college. They are connected to essentially the things that process images and memory. So it is, while you have already figured it out, you know that this is how it's affecting the images that are coming in.
Okay.
Which might also, you think, give you the chance to do the same thing. If you could.
Interesting, yeah.
Somehow organically hack into it.
Right.
Or even link it to something else.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. I'll sit on that.
Cool. All right. So it's Sia's turn, and she feels a bit of the power leave her, and her confident demeanor definitely turns a little bit to anger and disappointment. And she points out to the follower of hers who actually managed to make a hit on you. And she points to him and says, "I think you're something special. I believe in you." And you can tell that they are being imbued with power beyond their means by a significant margin. And then she is going to just make an attack against Kion.
She flies down to do that, right?
She doesn't have to. She's a bit more of a caster than you and him.
Gotcha.
All right. So she lifts up her golden wings and creates a bit of a circle, and in the center of that circle, a light appears and shoots on down to blast into Kion. He takes a little bit of damage.
Kion, no!
You scream dramatically as you look over and see that he's scuffed. He got scuffed, damn it, but has not moved. All right, and She's going to use her minor action to try to bluff her own in her own way. Yeah, she looks over to her crowd and just riles them up, reminding them that this is a fight for their home. This is a fight against people who, for no reason except malice, have decided to hurt and take from them. And that together, they're going to stop you. And you can tell that this is riling people up even more. Maybe more people are going to show up in the next round than before. Anyways, Shin, you're up.
Okay. And
I need to do fights with less people next time.
you're fine. I am going. All right, Shin's going to kind of see the crowd getting all kind of riled up, sensing that he is going to kind of continue to be a little bit of the target here. He's going to use so it says for Relentless Assault, I can just activate it at any time. Does it take like an action?
Yes, I believe it takes one of your major actions to actually activate it.
Okay, I'm going to activate Relentless Assault. So I get my +2 AP, minus 2 AR, half movement, and exhaustion if I don't attack on that turn. Let's see, so my movement is down to 9 right now. And then Shin is going to... So that's one major action. I'm going to look to Kion. How high up is she?
She's maybe 20 feet up, like enough to get a good view of the field.
Okay. Then what I'm going to try to do. Okay, so major action to activate that. Would like a jump or something like that, would that be minor or major?
That'd be part of your movement, I would say.
Okay.
If you want to add a little oosh to it, you can take off your minor action as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna take a little oof off of it. I'm gonna move my speed. I'm gonna kind of like so Shin's going to kind of push through the crowd, clear away with his electrical body as like lightning and electricity is kind of sparking off him, kind of holding out his electrical side to kind of like steer people back as they kind of clear a gap, run forward, try to jump or ricochet off a statue and jump and hang on to Sia.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, make some sort of attack here.
Okay.
To grapple, I suppose.
Sure. I can use strength for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Then
Just grappling a god. No biggie.
don't mind me, just giving the god a little grapply grapple.
Just another Tuesday.
All right, so let's see. Is this a martial skill, would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Okay, not too shabby. Let's see. That's 11. 18.
All right. She's going to roll her poise to see if she can stay in place.
Aloft.
So she doesn't get pulled down to the ground by any means, but you are attached. You are
Okay,
on her.
perfect. Yeah, I don't need her to get pulled onto the ground. I'm just gonna like hang on to her legs, and I'm gonna say, as I kind of grab on, I'm gonna say, "Not so fast, Your Majesty. Don't you wonder what I've got to report?" As I'm kind of hanging on, and I'm gonna end my turn there.
All right. Your evil AI chimes in for a moment and asks, Shin, I have an idea. What do you think? Give me just one arm. Just for a minute.
Okay, yeah. Do I have to wait next turn?
No, I'm taking control for this one, so this is a free little bit.
All right, yeah. Then I'm gonna say, all right, you crazy bastard. Let's see what you've got then.
All right. So, you holding on with one hand and your other hand, in that way that you can sort of just summon weapons out of the ether. you summon this almost integrated grappling hook, and it launches down towards the fountain that you were talking about.
Perfect. Yep.
And so that happens for you. Next up is Clary and Janice.
As it shoots down and clinks and locks in, I'm going to say, now you're fucking talking. Let's go.
All right.
I'm going to end my turn with yelling out, Kion, I've got her!
Perfect. So it is Clary
yell out,
and
Granny,
Janice's
I've got her.
turn. And Clary looks over to Janice, and it's just like, do we kill these people? No, I don't think we should kill them. That seems pretty mean.
Get them drunk. Do what you were born to do and
do
bartend.
what you do best.
And so they instead look over to the princess and are like, we can try to kill her. And Janice, she just sort of puts her feet together and her hands out so as to control some flames that come out and fly up. Meanwhile, Janice, she summons up some blades that she stands on and is able to skate into the air itself.
Nice.
And they're going to do a spell together.
Yeah. These bitches be witches.
Janice creates a tube of knives, and Clary begins to funnel her fire into it as a blast of heat comes out, directed straight at Sia. She's gonna make an attack. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, nice. All right. Yeah, nice. So Shin, you are dangling from her as this white hot beam of fire encompasses her upper torso, and just hanging off it, you feel it starting to burn you from a distance. And when that attack eventually ends, you see her fine, if a little irritated, as the heat leaves her body glowing in that sort of black body radiation style. And next up is Granny.
You look like you've got a little bit of color, princess.
And Granny just kind of walks over to the center stage of the castle, you know, right in the middle of everything, and she sits down. She opens up the book in front of her and she starts to focus on something. She's going to do nothing for this round, but we'll see what happens next. Next up is Kion, however. So he charged up an attack last round, and it is time to release. So he has been on the ground for a moment now, and he leaps up into the air as he jumps past you, Shin. With a moment of hesitation, you feel a shockwave go through your body as you're holding on to Sia, as he hits her square in the jaw, and you feel your bones shake through her as this attack lands. I want you to check if it lands. I'm not even going to roll the d4s, but yes.
Yeah, he's probably got a pretty decent strength modifier. One would imagine.
One would imagine. All right. So, as he strikes her, you see that this one hit different. Part of her face is missing, but it is slowly reforming itself. She isn't healing, but she is keeping her godly composure.
Was there any kind of like elemental nature to his strike, or was it just like Kyan just hits that fucking hard?
Kyan just hits that hard.
Okay, just checking. Cool.
Okay, Max, it is your turn. What? Oh no, sorry, the mob goes.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, the mob. They're going to, since everyone is kind of up in the air. Well, Kyan just landed, but they're swarming past him like sardines in the ocean around a shark. They are, but they're actually going for the castle. They're going to try to break in, to quote unquote save the queen. And it is going to take a minute. This is a well fortified building, but they're making their way in.
Okay.
Not like it's the White House or something. That's the exact imaging. If anyone's picturing that image,
that's what
we're looking at.
All right. Yeah, because you're up in the air, they can't really get at you.
Yep.
Ooh. But the one who was empowered by C a little while ago, he's gonna attack Granny.
That
it's a hit.
What a jackass, just attacking a little old woman cross-legged on the ground.
Yo, you should stream that shit out. Let them see.
Howard, are you getting this?
They're attacking an old woman.
As you say, like, he's getting this for sure, but he's like, I don't see an old woman. She's in her youthful form for this fight. She still sounds like an old woman. But she does get hit. It takes a bit of damage. But she doesn't budge. She is getting punched and kicked, and she does not move an inch.
Stand your ground.
Is all right. Now it's your turn, Max.
What
do you want to do?
Okay. Okay. The first thing I want to do is try to. Is there any fortification that I can do to prevent them from entering? Like, I don't know, some sort of thing that places bars over doors and windows or something like that.
Yeah, there is a shutter protocol that you can activate. That'll definitely keep them out for a more substantial period of time.
I'm gonna activate that. Boop beep boop 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 boop.
Boop, 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 boop. That'll be one of your actions.
Okay, fair. So, fortified, right? For now.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yes.
Second action, I would like to activate some turrets.
All right.
Yeah.
So you do have the option, lethal or non-lethal. This thing has a cavalcade of bullets, including rubber ones.
I want lethal at. I want non-lethal at the one who just punched Granny, and anyone else nearby. Don't touch my Granny.
He hears this warning through the speakers as he's about to get lit up.
Oh yeah, is there a PA system I can speak through?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I get on that fucking thing and I say, "Hey, fuckwad, don't mess with her," and I go and turret him.
You see, despite the fact that Granny's eyes have gone full green at this moment, they are almost glowing. She does smirk as she hears you say "fuckwad," and yeah. So do a like sort of like a gun attack, but use your tech instead of your arms combat.
Okay.
Because you're
gladly. All right.
You're essentially playing a video game where someone might actually die. Like that movie with Gerard Butler.
It's a 16 total.
Okay. I'm gonna say that the damage for these guys is 2d8.
Okay.
These are, good turrets.
That's 10 total.
All right. Yeah, you beam this man, and he is taking significant damage. He's not quite down, but he is backing up, trying to cover himself. Not sure if anyone's been hit by a rubber bullet, but that shit hurts like hell.
I can imagine.
I've not.
All right.
Cool. So those are my 2 major actions. Minor action, I think I want to investigate this jelly and determine whether if I was to, like, mechanically speaking, take it down to 0 HP, would the whole system go down, or would just this, like, filter kind of go down?
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Investigating.
Investigaten.
Yeah, baby.
Take a look.
13. That's a 21.
Oh shit.
Ooh. You know that if you cut this thing out of here, the feed from any of the cameras that are connected to the system here will be inactive. You won't have any signal coming in and out. It would take you a couple, of actions, but you might be able to put it back together. But what was that roll again?
21.
You just had? Yeah, 21. That's deserving of some extra information. You look at this, and again, you're not a biology specialist, but you have cyborgized your own creature, and you're remembering some of the bits and the tinkering that you had to do with Minnie in order to get her to truly function on her own, be able to control her own limbs. And you even are familiar a little bit with this with Shin. You think you might be able to, with the right bits of shock and electricity, sort of control this thing as if it was his own computer.
Oh, okay.
It will be significantly harder than actually using a computer, though.
Right. Okay.
All right. And it is Sia's turn again.
See ya.
So, first things first, she's pretty mad, and she's gonna try to just hit you as hard as she can, Shin, as you're grappling her leg at the moment.
Dodge.
All right, gotta do a dodge. Roll your dodge.
Okay. Let's see. That's 10. That's 11. 6 is 22.
Oh. Yeah, you actually just fucking outright beat her attack with that one.
Dude, those four dice on dodge, man.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's from what? What is all that from?
Arachnid. Just 2 things. Arachnid features +1. Electric body is +3.
Nice.
Yeah, the idea behind the elemental bodies was Logias from One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, all dodge. You only get that once per round, though.
Yep. So there's one major action down.
Yeah, so she kicks at you with her other foot, and it just kind of passes right through you. And
that's just not nice.
He's like, "God, you fucking," and she spreads out her wings again, and starts to radiate a bit more light as you see the area around you starts to get a little colder, and you see things start to condense as shards of ice kind of manifest into the air and start to fall on you and your compatriots.
What about the mob?
Does it hit them too?
I mean, yeah. They're unfortunately in the field of
the
battle.
radius.
You see, she doesn't care about you. I say that over the PA.
I'm directly underneath her, right? Because I'm like hanging on to her legs.
Yeah, I suppose you would. I'll give it to you. You'll be safe from this particular strike because of the way that I worded it.
Nice.
Because that's funny.
What have you done?
Unless she poops the icicles out.
All right. So you see that Janice takes a couple of strikes, a bit of damage. She looks pretty hurt, but she's a fighter. Kion eats some of the attacks, like he just takes them. Janice manages to just burn some away before they even hit her.
What about
Granny takes a bit of damage as a couple of the shards pierce her, but she's okay. She's a tough old broad. Doesn't want that to happen a lot more, but she's a tough old broad. And you see that some of the people in the mob, they are significantly injured. There are people who are going down, legs pinned to the concrete, bleeding, limbs being severed. It is a difficult and dangerous day.
Howard, you better begin this.
You hear him respond like, yeah, I'm on it, as he's like cowering behind one of the statues, but is definitely getting the footage. It's shakier than Cloverfield the movie, but it is it's present. Okay, so that was Sia's turn. Shin, you're still attached to this cruel woman. What do you do to her?
All right, so what I'm gonna do to her is I am going to real quick use a minor action to activate my reinforced limbs. I'm gonna spend 4 charges.
Ooh.
So that gives me +1 strength per 2 charges. So I am now at a +9 strength.
Ooh. Nice.
So Shin's very strong. He's feeling strong. Then I am going to try to. Okay, so that's one major. That's a minor action. I'm gonna take one major action to see if I can like tie her legs right to the grappling hook. Right, see if I can kind of like loop them around and just twist them up. I'm not even gonna try for like a real knot. I'm just gonna try to just kind of finagle it in a way that's going to cause it to kind of like cinch and be tight.
Yeah. You're doing this, and as you're maneuvering your hand around this, like you're trying to tie it up, you can tell that for a moment your hand isn't responding to what you're doing, and it seems as though the Boy Scout almanac AI inside your body is like, nope, this is how you do it, and it just kind of the fingers turn backwards and cinch it up.
Beautiful. So that's one major action to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Second major action, grapple. I'm going to, once that's tied up, I'm going to use that also as like a little stepping stool, a little step, kind of lean back, and I'm not grappling her neck or her shoulders. I'm going to try to grab her wings and pin them down.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. As before, do a thing.
Alrighty, let's see.
Grapple the bitch.
This plus these now. Oh, that's really good. Wow, hang on, one of the dice got stuck in the cup. There we go. Let's see. So that's a 22.
Ooh. Yeah. Let me. She's definitely gonna be grappled. But let me see if she can somehow maintain her flight.
Okay.
Ooh, that is not a great poise check for her. So yeah, she's starting to.
I will also propose that it's tough because she's tied.
She is tied. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this plan of yours, this impromptu, let's get her down to the fucking ground plan, has worked swimmingly as you are plummeting yourself the 20 feet down.
Okay. Then yeah, we're gonna crash 20 feet down into the fountain together. And I'm gonna say, as we're like falling, I'm just gonna like wrap the wings up, right? Try to like hold on to the back, right? Hold on to like the base of the wings. So I'm kind of got them kind of crumpled in and pinned. And I'm gonna whisper in the air in her ear and say, as we're kind of falling, you see, my partner and I, we've come to some conclusions as we crash down into the fountain.
Perfect.
And that's my turn.
You're gonna take a little bit of damage.
Okay.
That's just a 5, because you didn't fall super high.
Okay. I'm gonna convert 3 of that 5 into MP. 2 of that 5 into MP.
Okay.
So there's that, and then VP goes first. That is gonna go down. 3. Okay. Got it.
Okay. And as she's kind of squirming, she's just, do you ever just shut the fuck up? God.
So she and I are in the fountain right now?
Yeah.
All right. Half my body is electricity.
Right. That's fair. Why don't you, before the end of your turn, roll a poise check of your own?
Okay.
And I'm gonna just take a bit of damage.
What's poise? Is that
is endurance.
agility? Endurance?
Yes.
Okay. Do I add anything to poise? Just endurance?
Yep. Unless you have some something in that skill.
I do not. Nope.
Yep.
And
that's okay.
That is going to be a 9.
Yeah. You realize this was a good idea. You're definitely doing some damage as she's getting shocked. Yeah, she definitely takes a bit of damage. She's gritting her teeth, talking to you, but you're realizing, maybe being an electric cyborg and jumping into water wasn't my best plan, as your mechanical limbs are having a hard time moving. You're still active. You're not down for, but you're gonna have a bit of trouble.
I'll hang in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say your movement is reduced to half of whatever it is current, and you're gonna have disadvantage on physical rolls for a moment here. Okay. You do have some AI who are trying to help, but you're wet and you're an iPhone. I'm sorry, my friend.
That's fine. All right, cool.
All right.
So my movement right now is 4, but it's not. I'm just gonna focus on keeping her grappled.
I always saw you as more of an android, personally.
Yeah. He's more Nokia in design.
Max is definitely an Apple person, but you lean Android.
So with that, it is Clary and Janice's turn, and I think that they are currently on mop-up duty. They're trying to take down some of the people in the field who are ripping and tearing into the castle, and specifically guarding Granny for a moment.
Nice.
As they're protecting her from any damage from the mob. And yeah, you see them just rampaging through, doing non-lethal damage to as many people as possible. Yeah, it is now Granny's turn. And
the moment we've all been waiting for.
She's down, Granny.
Yes, she is. So you see above you, the sky itself has darkened. You see the clouds swirling and forming. And it looks as though the maw of a great beast is descending upon you. A massive mouth from the sky. And from that maw,
Both did the same thing. Sorry.
Pillar of lightning falls upon you. And she's grappled, so she's not going to be able to really dodge. You don't take damage from electricity, right?
Mm.
Cool.
I'm immune to electrical damage.
Let me pull up D&D Beyond so I can roll this.
Oh, shit.
When in doubt, man, Google too. You just type in the expression.
True. Papa.
Yeah.
She's about to get zapped.
Into next Tuesday.
Even more so than when you were, when you felt Kion's strike through her, you feel her convulse and scream in pain as this lightning is running rampant inside of her body. You are encased in all directions with this energy. And if you were anyone else, you would surely be dead. All right.
Nice job.
Oh, I see you looking after that.
Can I also ask you real quick? Any bonus because she's wet?
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna add a couple more.
We always get a bonus when she's wet, am I right?
Hey.
Thank you.
We're in a dog podcast. Anyways, yes, I'll add a little bit of extra damage because she's wet, because that's good shit.
You're all washed up, princess.
And you see that she has, at this point, become a bit unhinged and disheveled. Clearly damaged significantly, but just like before, you can't tell if she's healing or if just the visage of a god can't be tarnished in this way. So even if she is hurt, all of the misplaced hairs even go back in exactly the spot they're meant to be. She looks fine, but you know that she took massive damage. All right then. It's gonna be Kion now. So he's gonna walk up to you, Shin, and he sees you kind of convulsing in the pool of water, and he jumps in and grabs you, and just kind of starts to, like, you can feel his grip starts to heat up, and you can't really tell what kind of magic this man does. Everything he does seems to be physical in some way, but this is the first time that you felt magic, as he's trying to dry you out, and he is trying to help you get out of the water. Why don't you take a moment? I'll try to hold her down for a little bit as he tries to take your place.
Tag it. Tag team wrestling.
So
Tag
unfair,
tag
so
tournament
unsportsmanlike.
Tag tournament 1.
But with that, the mob is going to try to attack Granny, seeing that she summoned the devil itself to try to destroy the princess. She's currently being guarded by Clary and Jan, so they're going to be swinging at them. All right. You see that the mob is surrounding them at this point, and it is an all-out war in this tiny little area. Clary and Janice, they're skilled and practiced and powerful, but they're also handicapped at this moment. They're trying not to kill anyone. They know that these are people who are trying to save their home.
Yeah.
And they are getting hurt significantly. Yeah, but they have protected Granny.
That's what matters.
Max, it's your turn.
Okay. The fortification is still holding strong on the castle itself.
Yes, you can tell that it has taken some damage. But with their focus being directed to Granny now, it is safe.
Okay. I would like to begin the process of trying to interrupt this feed, this jelly filter, I'm calling it, and replace it with what Howard Crow is recording.
Okay.
The real truth. So whatever is being broadcasted from here, my thought, knowing from my last check, knowing that I might be able to control that a little bit, I want to try to put Howard's live feed in its place.
Okay.
Or if this is easier, just the cameras that are pointed at this fight, cameras from the building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that let's do a roll.
Okay.
It is going to be for this to work exactly the way you want it. It's gonna be a 20 or up on your tech check, on your tech use. 15 will still get you some purchase, but it's not gonna get you exactly what you want.
Okay. See what happens. Oh, natural 10 on the roll, so I definitely hit it. It's a total of 27.
All right. Yeah, no, that definitely is more than 20. So you get exactly what you want out of this thing. You start to feel around and you put on you take off your gloves and you worm your fingers in there and you're able to manipulate this thing. And it is disgusting. But you have control of this living brain jellyfish.
Amazing. Okay, so that's one action, right? Is that my okay? So what is the result of that? Do I have control now, but I haven't changed the feed yet?
Yes, you have control of the feed, but you haven't really decided what to put on there. That will be the rest of the short term, really.
So I have one hand in the jelly with control over the connection. My other hand, I want to tap the control panel to switch the feed to the camera that is pointing directly at. Ooh. Let's switch it to the camera that shows. Can I split the screen?
I don't see why not.
Okay. Quick free sentence to Howard. Howard, I need you to start talking about how Sia killed and her allies killed the king. Ready?
Yeah, no, I can do that.
Just tell the truth. Just speak your truth. And go. And I push the buttons and it's the king's dead body on the camera, and then Howard selfie cam telling the truth.
Mm. Yeah, I'm rolling a negotiate for him as he's trying to speak the truth on what is essentially national television at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's telling his story, and telling the story of the king, as well as everything that's happened with his son and
Nice.
the handmaiden before. And it is striking, the response that are coming in. People are shocked and in awe. And before, she was being viewed as a goddess of compassion and kindness. And there are still diehards that are 100% believers of her, no matter what. Because in the long run, she did help thousands and thousands of people took them out of these horrible situations. And you're getting this in the comments to this video, people saying, no matter what's going on, I know the truth. I know that she helped me. She helped all of us, so many of us. But there are still also people who are disgusted by what's going on, and they believe you. It is difficult to get even a city to agree on any one thing. But
hey, don't we know it?
Good job.
What if we put a puppy up there?
This puppy says Sia's evil. Okay.
Is that happening? Any changes to Sia?
Yes, actually. You're seeing that it's almost as though her color palette is changing. She has been this like golden radiant thing for a while, and it looks as though for some reason or another her wings are starting to tint a bit purple. There are spots of black here and there. Something is physiologically changing her. Okay.
With my minor action, can I just Oh, I will send Minnie to try to find Bison. Where the fuck is Bison?
Bison's back at the tavern.
No.
Oh.
The castle.
Okay.
No,
didn't I have my whole heart to heart with him at the tavern saying,
No, that was at the castle.
Okay.
Yeah. You send Minnie out to find Bison, which is perfect. You find him after maybe a minute of searching, and you find him in Sia's room. He has turned this room upside down. He has cut into the very mattress itself. He's searching everywhere. And you see him laying out notebooks upon notebooks, diaries of Sia herself that he has managed to find.
Wow.
And you see this look on his face as if he's piecing together something truly massive. Yeah, that's what you find.
Her porn collection.
It's all Chuck Tingle.
Sex video with Chuck Tingle.
One night, Sia.
All right. So, will that be it for Max then?
Yeah.
Perfect. In that case, Shin, you're seeing that Sia is currently shifting and changing, splitting almost, as part of her is still this radiant, kind figure, and the other one is becoming this tainted thing, this dark, angry looking thing. And yeah, she is going to just try to fight back against Kion. But what is she gonna do? Because fighting back against him physically is a dumb fucking idea, and why would she ever think that? So I'm gonna do something that isn't.
She is under a lot of stress.
She's under a lot of stress.
Could be getting desperate. She did just get hit by a column of lightning.
She did. I know what she's doing. Okay. So, Shin, she looks to you, and I need you to roll a mental fortitude check for me.
Okay. And I add anything to that?
Anything in mental fortitude?
Yeah. Just influence?
Mm-hmm.
All right. 9. 9. Not the best roll.
she just looks at you, and it's almost as if she's talking with just the one side of her face, the darkened, purplish tinted self, as she says, "You are worthless." And you're hit with this wave of memory as you're remembering all the times when you just were, well, you. And what you needed to be was better. Times when you left Bison alone for days. Or worse, you were there the entire time, but you don't remember because he was taking care of you because you were somewhere else in your own mind. And you're hit with this pain and self-hatred. And yeah. For the time being, any attacks are going to go past your VP and go straight to your HP for the next 3 rounds.
Do I take any damage?
No, it's sort of like
just like a debuff kind of thing.
Yeah, she's gonna bypass, and you're gonna get any damage bypasses your VP, so straight to HP.
Okay.
Because if your HP goes to 0, even if you have VP left, you still get knocked.
You're still down. Got it.
Alrighty.
Wow, she's mean.
All right, so that's gonna be her 1 attack, and she still rolled to try and fight back Kion, and she manages to stand up a bit, and like she is grappling him at this point. Yes, but they're still very much in the fountain, going back and forth. Shin, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take. Let's see. HP's it's about VPs. Yeah. I'm going to. No. Okay. I'm gonna take a chance to look her over. Does she have like pockets or anything? I'm gonna see if I can find her cell phone. If she's got a cell phone on her.
No, unfortunately.
No
she doesn't seem to have anything of herself really on her. It's just a gown.
All right, then I'm gonna see if I can't like move to the other side. If I wanted to attack her, would I have to get back into the fountain?
Yeah, you would have to jump back in.
Okay. And last time that just kind of cut my movement in half. It didn't give me like damage. I think it was like movement and only
give you disadvantage
1 action.
on your physical rolls.
Okay. Is that still in effect, or did Kion dry me off?
He dried you off.
Okay.
With essentially like a hair blower, which is not a thing you should do. You should not do that to your electronics.
Don't try this at home.
Let's see. Well, fighting's my thing, and I can't get. It's gonna suck to get to her. I think though. Okay. Major action number 1. He's gonna say, "You're right. I did do a lot of drugs, and I should have been there for him. But I think I'm at least gonna give this one more try." And I'm gonna pull out the pixie stick that I've been holding on to.
All right.
I'm gonna take the pixie stick. I believe before we said it was something. It was gonna give like a hasted kind of thing, like people were using it as like speed.
Yeah.
Or something. Okay. So how would this work in terms of mechanics?
I think outright this should probably increase your actual speed. So like distance wise,
Sure.
You probably double that up. Just you are wired. And then in terms of actions, I feel like you get another major action.
Sweet. Okay.
This is going to be very temporary, and I feel like should have a very physical drawback.
It's understandable. Okay, so let's see. To use it, what would that have been? Would that have been a major or minor?
I mean, you're just taking it. You pop in an item that's minor.
Okay. So minor action. pop the pixie stick. I've got 3 major actions then with my pixie stick currently. All right, so I'm going to hop into the water, and I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to try to hit her. So
Okay.
disadvantage, right? Okay. So I'm going to take 2 major actions to do attacks at disadvantage. So that is is it lower roll, or do I subtract something from for disadvantage? Was it?
So disadvantage and advantage, they're just adding or subtracting d4s.
D4s. Okay.
So if you have like 3 d4s that you add currently, take 1 away.
All right. Perfect.
You have disadvantage because of what Sia did to you?
No, because I'm in the water.
Oh.
Yeah, because he's a robot in water.
Right.
Okay, let's see. Plus 9, 19 on the first attack.
Yeah, that hits.
Sweet. Okay. Right. Let me just do this. Yeah, I should actually do this. Okay, so let's see. 2d6 plus 2d4. All right, so let's see here. She's gonna take 4 damage from my fist itself. She's gonna take 6 electrical damage, and then she's gonna take another 9 from my strength at the moment.
Ooh, nice.
So, so it's 4, 14 plus 9 for 23 damage on that first attack.
All right, beautiful.
Second attack. That's much better. Okay, that's gonna be actually it's not that much better. It's another 19 though. It's exactly another 19. Right, so this is attack. So this is major action number 2. Okay, so that's gonna be 5 damage from the fist. Another 5 damage from lightning, so it's 10 plus another 9 damage for 19 damage. Each hit also inflicts +2 stun severity.
Got it.
So I don't know if she'd be at +4 stun, I guess, with those 2 hits. Pop, pop.
Yep.
Okay. And then my last major action, I am going to use Water Relief. And the last 2 rounds, since I've activated my Relentless Assault, I have not attacked. This is the first time I've actually started attacking, so I have been accruing some exhaustion, and I'm going to convert that 4 exhaustion that I've got into VP.
Perfect.
To bring myself back up to some decent VP, which won't matter because she'll surpass my thing, but I'm back to 0 exhaustion. And that is it. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, so she is currently stunned. She's electrocuted. She's essentially unable to do her full round this next turn.
Okay.
Let's see. So
that's
right now is Janice and Clary's turn, as well as Granny. And you see these 3 witches just kind of circle up and unleash a barrage of attacks as Granny and the 2 of them are turning the world itself and bringing it to life. They are bringing plant life up and grappling the people around them. Granny is sort of watering the fountain, the grass itself. Clary is bringing her own sunlight to the world and manifesting their growth. And Clary, bless her soul, she's just kind of trying her best.
Whittling.
Yeah, grooming them into the right direction. But no,
massaging Janice's shoulders. You got this.
They work together to sort of manifest a new spell to try and entangle these people as non-lethally as possible.
Great.
And they do seem to thin out the horde a significant margin. All right. And yeah, it's Kion's turn. He is going to not let go of Sia and just headbutts her twice.
Mwah, mwah.
Yes. All right. As he headbutts her, blood squirts out of her mouth as the fountain you're standing in cracks beneath you a little bit with each hit. Again, all the damage that she's taking, you see it, and then it fades. Whatever power she's getting through this godhood is possibly healing, possibly just sustaining her. There is something beyond just killing her that seems to be needed. But we'll figure that out later, because now is the mob's turn. As their goddess screams in pain, they're going to turn to try to help. And the mob around you, Shin, you notice that they are looking more and more lost. Their eyes are starting to glaze over a little as they are unsure, following the orders of something beyond them, just trying to maybe survive. And yeah, they're going to take some swings at you and Kion.
Those foolish mortals.
Says the mortal.
I don't know if I'm mortal.
You're definitely mortal. You're just cyborg.
Half mortal. I'm going to throw a dodge on one of these attacks if one of them looks like it's going to hit.
Yeah, no, they both look like they were going to hit. So
go ahead. I'll just roll one. Oh, that's a 10 on the roll. I dodged like a fucking madman. So 10 to 15, 16, 22 to dodge.
All right. Yeah, you managed to fade and become electricity as one of the as a group of them start swinging at you, but there's just too many as they swarm and surround you and just start to beat at you with sticks and whatever weapons they're able to find along the way. You're gonna take a little bit of damage.
Anybody that hits me also takes
2d4 electric?
2d7 electric damage.
2d7? What?
No, 7.
7 total.
Oh.
7.
2d7. Yo.
That's why I was confused. It was extremely weird.
Got a custom made dice.
I don't even want to imagine what that looks like.
I don't know if it's possible.
I think it might be.
So that is a total of 10 damage.
Okay.
And it's bypassing your VP and going straight to HP.
Straight to my HP, yep.
Okay. Max, you're seeing that things are not going great. Your team isn't losing, but they're definitely not winning either. You have control of the feed a bit more. You know where Bison is. You see that he's doing something, that he's figuring something out. He has, from what you can tell, a lot of information about the princess that he's been piecing together for a while now. You also have access to, you realizing now that you're like linked to this thing, you're realizing you have more access to the facility itself. And this is your time. What is it that you want to do with your turn?
Well, first, I want to hear what Bison is discovering. So I talk to him. I say, Bison, what have you learned? What's going on?
Max, and you see that he's visibly a little shaken. The princess, she is beyond insane. She is perfectly sane. She knows exactly what she's doing, and she's just fucking awful. And he explains to you that after she tried to kill Howard's son, after she killed Howard's son, and her dad helped, clean up the incident, locked away Arthur's girlfriend, and swept away the information. He also locked her away for a while.
Locked Sia?
Yes. While, he's not going to let anyone know what she did, he also can't have this deranged 13-year-old just killing people. It's bad for business, bad for press. So he locks her away for a while. And he's found her diaries from that time, and she, after just a couple months of her first year in isolation, came up with this plan. And he has determined that ultimately the goal was to kill her father, kill her family, blame it on her stepmother, reveal to the world that the Silent Tower and the way that it functions was through these illegal genetic magics that allow her and her family to be linked to it. And she was going to use that to show that she is a rightful heir to the country. But more so than that, she wanted to expand. She has detailed this plan to expand, to create an empire centered around this idea of a one true ruler, someone who, with their blood and their magic, are able to bring down the forces of monstrosities across the world, something that only the Titans can do. She's had this desire to be revered for years. And when she met Lear, he presented her with the opportunity to make that more real. Using your technology with the collab that manifests magic and intent into something physical and real. She has been planning for years now, since you left for college and for quite some time now, to ascend to godhood, as you know, by sacrificing this country, by unifying them under the idea that she is a god, and then using her position to take everyone's life force onto herself and truly ascend. And from what you can tell, well, on your side of things, she isn't quite things aren't quite going her way, but she's not losing godhood. It's just changing. People revered her as something that was kind and generous and loving, but now half of the people are seeing her as this embodiment of cruelty and this manic evil self, and as though she is manifesting both of these things. And he just finds, aside from all that information, stories, memories of some of the awful things she's done, people she's killed during her time when she was learning how to kill, how to become this person the serial killer that you guys were chasing for some time. It took practice and it took time. Her first kill, aside from Arthur, was just another servant in the household. Then expanded out and out. And, well, you're here today. You have a lot of information. But you also know that revealing the truth, while changing the field, doesn't seem to be reducing her godhood. It's just changing her aspect, if that makes sense. So, it's on you. What is it that you want to try to do?
I think first I will tell Bison to gather up all those papers, all the diaries, and all that evidence, and guard it with his life. And I say, yeah, just hold on to that. Meet me in the security room. Knock 4 times when you get here, so I know it's you. And then over the loudspeaker, the PA. Well, first, do I have my? It just doesn't matter. Do I have my hands free? Can I release the jelly, or do I need to keep holding it?
You don't have to stay connected. Whenever you need to do something, you can connect, and then so on and so forth.
What I want to do is point all the turrets in the courtyard at Sia. Just point them at her. And then I come on the loudspeaker and I say, Sia, the truth is out. This facade you've been hiding behind is no longer fooling people. If what you want is to be revered, then you have failed. Surrender now, and we will spare your life.
You see that as you're talking to her, she looks around and you see a manic self, a manic expression upon her face. She's not scared that you're revealing the truth. She is hateful. She is angry. I deserve this. I'm better than you people. I was born better. I'm gonna take what is mine. And
I'm making sure that this feed is being broadcasted, by the way.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? She doesn't seem to be standing down in any way.
Okay. I guess I'll just fire the turrets then. If she's not going to surrender, neither are we.
Hell yeah. Switching to lethal damage, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I'll say, fine. If you want to play it that way, let's fucking go.
This one's for Mary.
Shin, as you look around you, you see half a dozen turrets all switch from these glowing green lights to red as they are armed with deadly ammunition. And yeah, use your tech use to make an arms attack for me, a ranged attack, and unleash hell.
As that starts to happen, Shin's gonna yell out, "Get the fuck down, all of you!"
How many turrets can I fire off at once from the control panel?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that with just the 10, you get you get one. 15, you get 3. Above a 20, you get all 6.
Sweet. Yes. 14, 22.
All right. Roll up. So pull up Google Dice Roller, because I believe we said it was 2d8
per turret
thing. So 12d8.
Okay. Hold on, let me get rid of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That is 61 damage.
Oh shit.
Ooh. There is a rain of gunfire, shells landing all around you, Shin, as she is being blasted. You see all of your allies just hit the ground, trying to make sure that they're in.
Shin's going down too. Like as soon as the guns went over, he yelled out, just dropping.
Yeah, even Kion is like, I don't want to get shot today, so he as well ducks as she is ripped and torn. There are holes developing all over her body that seal up seconds later, but she is in excruciating pain.
Get out, bitch.
It is her turn. So.
What you gonna do with that? Sorry.
She is stumbling. She is crooked and hurt and fumbling through as she's trying to regain her composure. And you see her eyes start to glow as there's this red energy that surrounds her entire body. And she looks over to you and says, you know, I'm still a very compassionate person. I think maybe I should share a little bit of that pain with you. And out from her is going to radiate a wave of damage based on what she just took. So make a dodge to see if you can reduce this damage.
I'm good at these.
You're good at these.
Oh, my dice. I've been rolling nothing but fire on the dodges. Those have been my 2 nat 10s tonight. Not a nat 10, but still really decent. Hang on. Let's see. Just make sure I'm calculating this right. Okay, that's like 10, 14, 17, 23.
23? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
is this a projectile by chance?
No, it is just this wave of pain that she's sort of radiating outward in every direction.
Okay.
You see that some of the people restrained by Granny and the girls, they're just gone as they die from pain.
This is how they make the jellies.
And Kion even starts to shake with pain as he was not able to dodge. 60 damage is still very unpleasant even for him. And you dodged very well. So a successful dodge for you would be a 10, so that's going to have it. But you got a 20, so I'm going to say a quarter of the damage. Total was 60, you said?
Yeah, you said 60. My total was 23.
So 15 damage for you.
15 damage total.
Okay. To my HP?
Yeah, is that okay?
Nope, I'm down.
Oh.
Fuck.
So yeah, you get blasted back, and you hold yourself for a moment before you start to just fill with pain. Your electric body is attacking itself. Your mind is ripping apart as you're feeling yourself just give in.
Stumbles backwards.
No.
And drops. Drops his knees and then onto his face.
All right. In that case, Shin is down. It would be your turn.
It would be there were like death saves or anything like that?
The way that I have it is that you try to roll a hard endurance check, and if you can get back up. If you can't, you don't die. You can live for about a minute or whatever, until someone comes to save you. But if you can't, endurance yourself up or get help, you go.
13 endurance.
Close, but no.
Then that's it.
All right.
He stays down. Yeah, because I don't have anything to add on to that.
Clary and Janice see that you went down, and they swoop in to try and pull you out. And they pull you back to the gate of the castle. And they're trying to take care of you.
Thanks, guys.
Neither of them have any real healing abilities, but they are essentially trying to perform first aid. So you're not going to die.
No.
But you are down.
I'm down. That's
fine.
It's a matter of time. This is a hard stage for Shin to try to punch at equal weight too. So yeah, he goes.
So while Clary and Janice do that, Granny is going to step up and get in the ring with Sia and Kion, as they're going to try to hold her down for a while.
Get her, guys.
And you see Kion and Granny. They are dancing around her, attacking in tandem. Truly graceful partnership. As his punches land, she imbues them with the thunder and elements as they rip and tear into her, and they are going to be able to hold her for a minute. But we're going to go back to the security room for a moment. Sorry, 1 second. So much talking.
Yeah, let her break.
Stay hydrated. I left my water upstairs.
So, knock, 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 knock.
Knock, knock, knock.
Come on in.
Knock.
So, yes, Bison comes in and he, like I said, looks shaky. It is clear that she has kept some meticulous notes of the awful things she's done.
Okay.
What are you thinking? What are we gonna do?
Okay. We need to find something in here about how we can defeat her weaknesses. Start looking. So I just start flipping through, skimming.
Okay. Let's make a an investigation roll together. You and Bison. You're essentially doing research.
Yeah. I got a 19.
Ooh.
Good.
Bison also got really darn well. So yeah, you spend a few minutes kind of researching everything, looking through everything. And you find something interesting. Sia's notes, they are extensive, both regarding some of the things that she's done, just sort of to almost like gloating over the years. But there's a second section of notes dedicated to what she believes she's going to be able to become. And it is all about the gods and the titans and what they are and what they do, how they exist in the world. And as you're reading through them, you and Bison realize there is something fundamentally wrong in the research that she's done. Bison is a practitioner of Titanic magic. He knows better than most what they're about.
Guys, can I just run to the bathroom real quick?
Yes.
Okay, we're back.
So, like I said, he knows better than most what this kind of magic can do and how the Titans exist. And you're realizing that in her endeavors, she's been believing that by ascending, it means that she has control over the thing that she is becoming, the aspect, the idea of what she controls, of what she becomes as a god. Right, for a while she was seen as the goddess of compassion and love and all this beautiful things. She believed she would have control over that. And Bison, with his knowledge, and you with your own, are able to piece together that this is wrong. You know that it's the opposite. Titans don't control these things. These things control the Titans. The Titans are limited and restricted to being what they are. They are an idea, and they can only extend beyond within that idea. And if she were to actually ascend to real godhood, because right now she is this bastard god, this half living mortal, half thing, Titan itself. But if she were to truly ascend, she would not have the agency and control that she believes she has. She would essentially just become an idea.
Interesting. So if we were to encourage her ascension, and she claims to be this demigod, so to speak, over the aspect of compassion, perhaps compassion would overtake her? That's what I'm wondering.
Bison just kind of looks at you with a bit of question, like it's possible she at the very least would be restricted to it in some way. I don't.
So, okay, go ahead.
We could right now. The people think that she is a princess with the powers of a god. Maybe we can convince them that she's a god that came to Earth, and she needs to go back.
Maybe
that's why she's doing this. That's why she's gone crazy.
I don't know. Okay, time is of the essence here. I don't. Do you agree that you think that if she was to ascend, that she wouldn't be this, mess that she is now, that she would... Hang on. You can speak to the Titans, can't you?
I can.
Do you think you could call in a favor?
Bison looks over to the screens and he sees Shin passed out on the ground and thinks to himself about their last communication, their last encounter. I think maybe, yes, I can have some sway.
I don't want to kill her. I want justice, but I mean, this...
Do a thing.
I don't know if I'm interpreting this right. I think that it seems like if we were to enable her ascension, that she would balance back into the realm of compassion, and her human side would not be so, in the way of what she's trying to be.
That makes sense. I think let me commune. I think I know. I think I can help. And he's going to take a moment and step back, and you see his eyes go cosmic again. Something he hasn't done in quite some time. And like usual, like before, you see at the end of this conversation that he is having with himself, a tear fall down, and this one has a immense bright light in it. And he shakes away those tears and looks to you and says, I think you're right. I don't know if she'll just become compassion, but even if she becomes something awful, she won't be able to hurt us anymore, because the idea of cruelty exists whether she's the goddess of it or not. But she'll be bound to just be an idea. We can get her to leave us. She'll be trapped there with the rest of the gods.
Okay.
There's just one problem. That ascension would require a crazy amount of power. And she was planning to get it by devouring the city. If we're going to make this work, we're going to need to unleash on her a truly staggering amount of power while she's in the process of ascension to really get her there.
All right. I think we need to get downstairs at this point.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah. No, he rushes downstairs.
I rush straight over to Shin. And I sit down next to him and put my hands on his chest, and I cast Healing Grove. I would like to try to, I don't know if there's a mechanic for this, but I would like to try to focus the Healing Grove instead of being something that has a larger radius that heals multiple people. If I can sort of pack it all into Shin by focusing.
That is fucking cool. Yes. Of course.
Sweet.
The grove starts to grow around all of everyone, and then it starts to slowly just move inward and wraps around Shin. And it almost,
there's like these vines that wrap around him, and there's blossoms growing off of them, and ivy and all kinds of pretty cool stuff. Just hugging him, holding him.
Yeah, it's like he's encompassed in this armor of nature.
Yeah.
All right. Let's up that healing. Let's how many rounds do you usually get? 3?
3 rounds of 2d4 a round.
Yeah, so just do all 3 of those rounds one shot.
Excellent.
64.
I'll just use this. How do I get rid of these? At this point, it would have been faster. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. 6. It's a total of 16 HP back to you as life breathes
Ollie,
into your face.
Do I count the negative into the negative section of how many damage I took?
No, you are.
I go back to 0.
You stop at 0.
Okay. All right, so 50. You said. Okay, cool. So that goes back to my HP, right?
Yep.
First. Okay, cool. So back up to 15. Yeah.
Shin, you
Just
big
happened.
idiot. You died for a second.
Oh, all right.
Listen.
Yeah.
Change of plans.
All right.
We need this bitch to ascend in order to leave us alone.
All right. Well, I don't know. I'm not exactly the religious type, so do you have an idea of how we get her to ascend then?
Well, she needs a lot of power, and I look around at everyone and I say we all have to do this together. We have to channel as much power into her as we possibly can.
Looks to Max and Bison. Looks to Bison, goes, and I'm assuming this was your idea?
Partially.
All right. You just tell me what I've got to do. I don't have much left, but I can still either keep her busy to buy you guys some time, or if you need me to be pushing power into something, just let me know.
Yeah, I think we could really use Granny. I think you and Kion should keep her busy. You tap in Nana. Nana will come back by me, and anyone, you hear me? Anyone with magical ability, please help. And I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of stuff. I don't know if we're still in initiative.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, go.
I walk over to Howard, who is still live, and I speak directly to anyone watching, and I say, if anyone out there is magically inclined, please focus your intentions around this moment. Send your magical energy towards the palace and help us get rid of this issue that is plaguing us.
Go ahead and roll a negotiation at advantage. This has been going on for a while. Everyone has seen what's going on. You have advantage on this moment. You're essentially asking them to spirit bomb you.
Yeah, like send us your MP, everyone.
So Shin, you jump back into the fight with Sia. You're on the other side.
I don't. I am reinforced limbs. After activating that, I can't move for 3 rounds. So I'm up, but my reinforced limbs are just kind of like, sticking with the rules. By that 3rd turn, so I've got like 2 more turns of not moving.
Okay.
In that case, as you're up and awake, what happens for you is that your brother pipes in, and he's just talking to you a moment. Shin, this has been honestly quite shit, has it not? I have an idea though.
All right, what have you got?
They need power, right?
That's what they tell me.
Well, and the core in your chest opens up, and it's essentially your power cell.
Okay.
And he's just like, this won't kill you, I don't think, but me and these guys might be gone for a while.
If it's power, well, can't say I wouldn't be looking forward to a little vacation from the family.
It's gonna hurt. Half your nervous system is us.
Yeah, I'm aware, but we're short on options, and this seems like a decent one. So, turn to Max and say, Max, kind of pointing to the open chest, and say, we've got an idea for that power source.
All right.
Okay. So now you have a container that has some pretty impressive power in it already. And while Kion is 1v1ing Sia for a little while, holding her off, he is clearly at a disadvantage here. No matter how much damage he does, she seems to go back to a natural state, while he slowly amasses some major wounds. But you're putting energy into this thing. Granny, nods along. She agrees. She puts whatever energy she can into Shin's core, and you see her revert back to her older self, and kind of just sits down, exhausted. Janice and Clary, they put their hands together, and this little sun appears, and around it is this ring of metal that's moving at incredible speeds, and it fuses with your core, filling it with an incredible amount of power. And their armor falls off. They are wearing raggedy dresses that have barely survived this fight. And Shin, you are slowly amassing more and more power.
All right, keep it coming.
I'll
People of Earth,
open my palms, and it's mostly mostly electric energy going into the core, with a little bit of like every once in a while kind of a leaf falls out, little leaves and flowers, but it's mostly bzzz. And I guess mechanically that reduces my MP, I would assume.
Yeah, we can You can decide if you want to put it all in there or not. That's up to you. And yeah, this thing is glowing at a critical mass.
Is there any MP? Can I see any like MP floating in the sky from around the city?
100%. As
so cool.
You all drain yourselves, you see like stars in the night. It is a blinding light that is condensing and moving and shifting, finding its way over to Shin's core. It is armed and ready. Someone just has to go deliver the payload, essentially.
I think I'm.
When you say Shin,
I think I'm uniquely designed for that. I mean, if that took a round, I should be good to go.
Yeah, you can.
That's
stand
the thing.
up.
Yeah. All right.
I save 3 MP so that I can cast Magnetize, just to give them an advantage here.
I'm gonna also pop Elemental Body because I can still do that, so that comes back online, giving me a little boost, power boost. I'm hoping. So real quick, I just take some damage to hurt myself. Oh wow, that's really good. Hurt myself. So that's.
He drops down again.
Where my MP goes first.
What was that?
VP goes first.
No, but I had a curse thing.
Oh,
no, that was for 3 rounds. You're good now.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, then in that case, that's gonna be 0. That's gonna be 15. That's gonna be that. All right, so elemental body's back up. So I've got some extra damage there, and I am going to, crackling with lightning, souped up like fucking Godzilla, versus Ghidorah. Melting things, electricity just kind of like pulsating and just kind of like trailing across the floor, just traveling across his body. And it's fluctuating between kind of blues and reds. He's never had this much power kind of surging through him before. I'm going to turn to Max and Bison. I'm going to say, well, lads, I think that's another case cracked. And he's going to run forward, sprinting as fast as he can. Lightning's still kind of like trailing behind him, powering up, getting brighter and brighter as he goes. And I'm going to jump in, and Ollie, I'm going to activate one last ability. Because I have them, and I'm going to activate Finishing Blow.
Yeah!
Perfect.
I'm going to try. One sec.
So... yeah, you're coming in for this flying fist as she has Kion in her arms, one hand around his neck, the other one just pounding into his face.
So if the maximum of all my stuff is enough to kind of knock her out. So, I mean, I don't know what modifiers I have beyond like certain things, but I've got right now 2d6 plus 2d4 plus 7 is my attack. I don't know if Max's thing, and I don't know how much damage am I rolling, or how much dice would I be rolling on the attack is really what I should be asking.
Hannah, let me ask you something. What is your most damage dealing ability?
It would be Flash Freeze does 2d8.
So if we crank up Flash Freeze, that's 3 MP for you?
That would be 4, but I just put all my MP into the thing, if that matters.
No, I understand. What I'm saying is we're trying to figure out how much damage Shane can possibly do. I'm saying if you put all of your power into an attack, how much could you feasibly do?
Oh, I see.
That would be...
it's a lot, because I just put in... Let me see what I was at. I was at 23 MP, and I saved 3 for Magnetize, so that's 20 I put in there. 4 times 5 is 20, so 5 times 2d8, 10d8. Did I do that right?
So 80 be the maximum.
Yep.
There.
So a possible total of 80. I know that Granny's max damage attack would be able to get easily a couple hundred out of that.
Shin's donating 27 to the cause with his fist. That's his max at the moment with just his punch.
Clary and Janice would also be able to offer similar to Hannah's maximum as well. Maybe a little more. They're a little more specialized for battle. Kion is not offering, much, but he has his bits, and you have the city at your back. You have the potential to do hundreds of damage total. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this one attack can almost eviscerate her physical form.
Good.
The thing is, I'm trying to now. I already committed to it. Yeah, I'm going for it. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but going in.
I don't know either.
Electricity kind of crackling as he steps, leaving like small little pools of electric energy that just kind of like trails behind him, running across the field. And just before he kind of like reaches over, kind of dashes around Kion and goes for like a spin and does like a giant like axe heel kick down onto Sia.
So as you're doing this, like you said, you're melting the world itself as you step on it, and that kick is coming in at a speed that is ripping apart the air. And she turns to see this coming in, and it gives Kion a moment to be able to counterattack as you and him attack from either side at her. And moments later, there is a flash of light that fills the night sky. The city can see this. The city is illuminated as if it was the middle of day. And when that light dissipates, there is just you, just Kion, and slowly your friends start to appear beside you. Sia is gone.
Did we get her?
I'm gonna look to Kion and be like, "Where the fuck she go?"
I look up.
Yeah. Huh?
Where we foolish mortals believe the gods to be. Huh?
And
I axe kicked her into the ground. So we
Look
down.
down.
We got our bases covered.
So as you're looking around, looking for Sia, you see nothing. And it's this eerie quiet as every living thing has taken a moment to stop. They are unsure and scared. Not just the people of the city, but all living things saw a attack so powerful that it frightened them. And in that moment of silence, you start to feel something. The ground starts to shake, and it starts to rumble, and it starts to twist and malform as a small earthquake seems to be manifesting around you. It is starting to shake the castle itself. The people inside are running out, and moments later, a large stone hand erupts from the earth and claws itself out. It starts, yes. It starts to move as it looks like it's taking its first breath into the world. Frantic and scared, and it looms over you all. Dozens of meters tall, then hundreds of meters tall, as it goes down to reach for you, and then stops. And where once stood the castle of the Cravens, now stands this Titan. Half of it looks like this malicious, cruel thing looking to do harm. The other half is this kind and benevolent figure that is holding back that cruelty. And being in its presence, you know that this is the new Titan of balance.
That's
And
terrifying. I hope we did the right thing.
Yeah, it's not looking aggressive. It sounds like it's kind of just
half
kind
of it is, I guess.
Yeah, it's holding itself back. So,
it's unmoving. It is, once it found its shape, its form, it stopped all motion and has quieted down.
Is there like magical energy like a normal Titan coming off of it?
Yes. Okay. This is a real Titan.
We've never been in the presence of a real Titan, have we?
I think so.
No.
No.
Holy balls.
I'm gonna... Part of Shin just wants to point at him and go, "You're the murderer." Okay, I think at this point, Shin's just gonna look to kind of get to Bison and Max, try to keep them protected, grabbing them, kind of backing them up away from the Titan, grabbing Granny too, and just looking to them, the three of them, as much more familiar than he is in these kind of things. He goes, "Oh shit! What should we fucking do?"
I don't know. I've never seen a Titan. What do we do?
Granny, what do we do?
Nana.
She kind of just looks around like, "I don't know, man. I deal with tea and weather."
That's fair.
And then
just keep backing up.
Bison kind of
I guess so.
pulls away from you guys, and it's just like, "Guys, calm down." As he looks up to this huge figure, and it's just like, this isn't going to be able to hurt us anymore. This is just a thing that exists here now.
Does it look like it moves, or is it alive at all?
No, this is just a shell. It exists somewhere else.
Gotcha. All right. Sorry, I thought it was like a giant, like moving person.
Yeah, like Attack on Titan style.
Yeah, I was getting kind of
scary monster.
Kind of like Attack on Titan vibes. I was like, oh shit.
Okay, but that's good news.
It was for a moment, but it didn't seem like she got to do what she wanted before.
Did we just create a god of balance? Did we just do that?
Well, I don't know about you, but Shin's gonna kind of like drop to his knees.
Oh, buddy.
Seems kind of over. He is dropping down and he's exhausted.
Oh, buddy.
The two fights, lining up all those attacks and all that stuff, he's just like gonna just kind of slump down and slowly just kind of pass out and fall asleep. Like,
I look towards Janice. Clary, would you mind watching him for a moment?
We've got to get. Yeah, he's just like
we've got to get people out of here, I think, and start some triage, as they say. But I would like to find the queen, because she evacuated the building right before all that happened. I want to find her.
Yeah, she's with the rest of the guests who were there. They ran out while the earthquake was happening, and she's just kind of out in the lawn, staring up at this statue of what sort of was once her daughter.
She looks just like you.
She has your skin. No, I just want to go up to her and stand next to her and just look at the Titan shell with her and just say, you've been through arguably more than any of us. And I just want you to know that I'm here if you ever need anything. And I'll just give her my card.
She takes it and
yeah.
she looks at you, and she's not well. She has kind of been living as a captive for quite some time, and she looks up to this thing and just kind of spits at it, and I just want to go home. And yeah, I think she just kind of sits down and prepares to maybe never live here ever again.
I'll just walk away and let her be alone. I want to return to my people, my family. And I guess, I guess we're just getting ready to get out of here. I don't know if media is showing up or something.
Oh yeah, there are hordes of people showing up in awe. There hasn't been a Titan here in hundreds of years.
It's a big deal.
This is huge. It is physically huge and theoretically huge. There is the concept of Titans being born is accepted. There are ideas that are born every day, but these are minor, lesser things. Ideas that didn't exist before. The idea of something as ubiquitous as balance itself being given a form and brought to Earth, or Terra, is huge. So let's break this down. Weeks and months are going to pass as we're going to go into a little bit of an epilogue. As
nice.
You saved a lot. This city. Millions of people. So during the recovery period, during the epilogue, I think there's one thing that's important for me to happen. I think, one, Bison has a talk with Shin while you're recovering. You're like in a hospital bed being taken care of because your core is corrupted and ruined. You are a half alive person linked up to machinery that is at this point non-functional. But you're still here.
Are all the voices kind of gone still?
You find that they are gone in terms of like the mechanical voices that were trying to control you are gone. But when you're quiet, when you're silent, you sometimes still hear them in yourself, like as if you are trying to manifest them in your subconscious. Whether that is because you kind of missed them or just because maybe they're a part of you, I don't know.
All right.
But,
so he's in the hospital bed, but I would say over this time, with the voices having subsided and stuff, or at least kind of coming to some kind of peace or harmony with them, I think Shin's probably been clean since the fight. I think that was his last pixie stick, you know? A lot of the drug use was really to kind of just keep the voices from chattering too much.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I think in the time that you've been here, because of the strange nature of your augments, they haven't been treating your pain in the way they treat a regular patient's pain. So you really have been kind of cut off from drugs in a wild way. Mm-hmm. And that ultimate clarity, what you have realized is that those voices weren't just the AI themselves. They really were a part of you, not in the multiple personality sense, but in
like a metaphorical. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, the aggression you felt over everything that happened in your youth was the evil voice. Your brother was just the memory of hope to be a better person. Well, the almanac was just the thing that you stole, but the other two.
That was an accidental upload.
Yeah, but the other two.
Yeah, they were represented. Yeah,
they were you.
Yeah.
And knowing that, I think, has really helped you.
Yeah. So he's found a sense of peace since that fight.
And when you're finally available for visitors, Bison meets you there and just kind of jumps up next to you, obviously dressed to the nines in his little boy suit.
Hey, kiddo.
Hey, Shin, we need to talk.
I'm just partially ears. Just this one.
He tries really hard not to laugh. So, I decided that I wanted to do a thing, and I did it anyways, even though you told me not to.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike you, I think it's important to take responsibility for the things that I did. And I want you to know that I forgot how to, do the thing that I did. I chose to give up how to do that, to learn how to do the thing that we did. And point is, I'm not going to do the thing that you don't like that I do anymore because I can't, and also because I think you were right.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that you'll be at least trying to, at least you'll have the opportunity to live for yourself. It's a different sort of thing entirely to have a side of you that you don't really know, that you can't really control, and you find ways of coping with it. For you, the way I see it, you were giving up pieces of yourself. Me, I just tried to keep them quiet. I don't think either method was really perfect, but that's all right. That's what we found worked for us. So you know what, Myson? I might not have liked that you did the thing that you did, but I'm not going to be able to protect you forever, and you're going to be a man one day and you're going to be making your own decisions, right? And I hope that you have at least the support that I did when it comes to making those tough decisions, because forcing someone you love not to do the thing that they want to do ain't easy. But then they do it anyway, so there's only so much you can ever do.
He kind of grins at you and is, I think doing the opposite of what you're told is part of the family lineage, don't you say?
To some extent, maybe between you and I. Your father between us was always a bit of a do-gooder. But every family has their black sheep.
He just kind of smiles, and I think he spends the rest of the day there, and he asks for more stories, just memories of your family, just to spend the time with you.
Yeah, and I think Shin, now being sober, definitely has like more stories that he can actually remember and tell.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Max, let's ask you, in the weeks of downtime, what are you spending your time doing?
I think Max is inspired by sort of the this like cleanse of corruption in the world, in the city specifically. And I think she's going to spend some time, I mean, obviously visiting Shin every day and bringing him tea from Nana's tea shop every day. But most of like her effort and energy is going to be spending some time with Howard Crow and actually running for public office.
Ooh.
I think she'll try to start a campaign for like a city council or like some low hanging fruit to start, but she's starting to feel that she can have an impact by standing up for what she believes in.
Oh yeah, this is brilliant, because your neighborhood has always been behind you. You've always been a staple of that area, and with the things that you did just a little while ago, the messages you put out, people know that you are a hero, and you receive an overwhelming wave of support and get launched into the life of a politician. But of course, you still do it your own way. Yeah, you are able to get a foot in the door and start seeing how this place is run, and realizing that, one, all the royalty is gone. The queen and her son left to her actual homeland. There is no king. There is no royalty. And this city is rebuilding into a new power structure.
Awesome.
I have a question then for the both of you.
Mm-hmm.
What happens with the agency?
If you're running for office, I think Shin's going to...
I think we can still have the agency.
I don't know. I think we give it up. I think we give it up to someone who deserves it, like Ball Plart and Ken.
Okay.
Hand it over to them.
Okay, sure.
I think they can take over. For Shin,
I don't know if Ken has the has what it takes.
That's all right.
Maybe Tiffany. Bison is still there. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I think the manager.
I think Shin's plan might be to, now that all of this stuff is done and he's kind of like seeing clearer again, might go back to his old city, might head back home and try to learn more about the cybernetic stuff that's kind of going on with him, and seeing, I mean, that's where he and Bison are originally from, so he'd absolutely extend that offer to Bison as well and say, like, all right, what do you say we take a little trip, head back home for a bit,
definitely
learn a little bit more about our family, get back in touch with our roots. We've been away for a while.
Yeah, I think that's super rad. Yeah, you and Bison take a bit of a road trip. It takes a while.
Yeah.
But you guys go back to this place, and when you left it, this was a place that was almost in civil war.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get there, you realize that no one won. It was a war that ended in kind of a whimper, as everyone realized they were all losing. And it has rebuilt into a technologically focused city that uses technology to allow people without that sort of potent magical potential to be as magically capable as anyone else. Really, it's a city that has become about equity and equality. A far cry from the last that you saw it.
Yeah. I'm gonna Just tell Bison, well, it's a bit different than I remember, but it's definitely making a turn in the right direction. We'll spend some time here, I think. Maybe, again, reconnect with our roots. Maybe find a few different things we can take back to Max.
Oh man, if we get her some new toys, you think she'll let me be secretary of something?
I think she'd probably let you be secretary of something even without the toys, but it certainly can't hurt your chances.
Let's bribe a politician.
Well, he claps Bison on the shoulder and goes, some things never change, do they?
Max, in the city, I have a question for you.
Sure.
As you're becoming this political figure, you're learning a lot about the city. And part of what you're learning is that there is a thriving criminal underbelly. It's something that you've actually been a part of for a while with your detective agency, and also Shin taking these little odd jobs from Clary and Janice. Not everything is explicitly evil or whatever, but it is illegal to some extent. But with your new position, I think Clary and Janice come to you and they have an idea for taking the MSN and turning them into more of a like a public works community thing, where they want to do the same thing that they were doing with Shin. When people are in need, they send out essentially mercenaries to help, but they want to work with you to try and create this more equitable, more compassionate service. And
yeah, I think that's awesome. I will build a campaign out of that.
All right. Then yeah, I think you lead this campaign, and behind you is not only Clary and Janice, who during your campaign run you find that they have many skeletons in their closets. There are rumors about them as the queens of the crime world, and behind all of that, you also see that people are finding this to be a wonderful thing. They're saying that you are a person who can convert even the wildest criminals into public servants who will want to help the public and change the world. And you are gaining incredible support. Within a year's time, people are pushing for you to run for mayor and for higher offices at all times. And I think this is kind of where the story ends, as there is a clear path for you to not just change the city, but to help it grow. And Shin is helping Bison come into contact with a part of himself that he lost a long time ago, and together learn more about their past and see where that takes them to the future.
Love it.
There we go.
Amazing.
Hey, motherfuckers, that's a fucking wrap.
Oh, that's a wrap. Wow.
Ollie, thanks for a great game, man. That was really fun. That's a fun space. Terra's really cool as shit.
What a game. What an ending. I loved it. Oh my God.
I'm glad y'all liked it. Let's wrap this up. It's been recorded for a while. Thanks everyone for watching, listening, whatever the hell you're doing. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you're interested in playing, go to itch.io and you can play Terra Mahia yourself. It's free. Or you can donate, but it's there. And we'll be back with more stories from Terra. More tales from Terra.
Hey.
There you go. I was going to say, I was like, stories from Terra?
Yeah. I realized
as soon as it came out of my mouth.
Thanks everybody for watching. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.